Okay, so I just got to school. It's Monday. I had a great weekend. It was fun. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I have two daughters. I have an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old. And my 13-year-old, my eighth grader, went to her very first middle school dance. It was a winter formal. Here's a picture. So, yes, she looks kind of tall for 13. She is 5'8". My husband is 6'7". So, my girls are really tall. So, she had fun, and it snowed this weekend. So, I was very excited. It was really, really pretty. And I got my nails done red for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up. So, it was fun! Welcome to Cupcake Kindergarten! Okay, so I am going to show you a video on how I use paper books in my reading groups. So enjoy! Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I do with these paper books in my reading groups. So I take a couple days with the same book, and so on the first day we circle each word as we read. So they would circle Jim and Kit. So they circle each word. Here it is. Now the reason why I have them circle each word as we read all together is because they need to know the difference between a word and a letter in kindergarten. And so we go through the whole book and we read it all together, circling all the words. And then after they circle all the words, we go back and we color all of the sight words according to our word worm. And so here's our word worm. And so I put up about maybe 2 words a week. And so when they see the letter or the word I, they color it yellow. When they see the word see, they color it red. When they see the word the, they color it blue. And then our word worm just grows as the year goes on. And so like I said, we just kind of add, I think I add about 2 words per week. But this is our little worm and he's growing. And so they kind of memorize what color the sight words are in their books. And so that's really simple for them. And so we go through, we find all the sight words. And after we do that, maybe the next day I'll take these stampers. And so they're kind of like markers, but they're stamps. And so we'll go through and all together we'll read as they stamp. And so they'll stamp underneath the word, Jim and Kit. And they'll stamp, we make sure that they don't stamp on top of the word, but they just kind of stamp under the words as they read. And that kind of helps them understand that they're reading those words. And so we go through the whole thing with our stampers, and then we'll switch stampers so that they can have another turn with like a different color. And then I really like these paper books because after we read it a few times, they can color independently. And so as they're coloring, I can read one-on-one with a student within the group. And so when they color, they have to color 5 different colors. And so this one used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or more colors. I teach that in kindergarten so that they can get lots of colors on their page. And so after I read one-on-one with the student, I will sign my name on the top, like my initials, and I'll date it so that I know when I read with them. And then that way the next day I know like who I read with, and so I just kind of sign the top. And then also when we're finished with these, and we read these for like a long time, a couple days, 3 days, they kind of memorize these so that they know them. And then I'll put them in these envelopes. These are like little read to self envelopes. And then that way when they're at read to self, they can pull these paper books out. They find a little special spot in the classroom, and they know how to read these by themselves. And so it's really important in kindergarten that they can read some books by themselves. So they'll just sit and they'll go through these books and they'll read them. Another cool thing is like if you have someone pop in and say, hey, do you have anything for me to, volunteer? Or like a parent comes in, you can say sure. And you can pull one of these and say, hey, can you read these books with so-and-so? And so if a parent comes in and starts reading with them, I have the parent initial there so that I know that they read with a parent. And so that's what I do with these paper books. I love them because they can independently color as I read one-on-one with the students and confer with them. So I think they're really neat. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe and like. And when you subscribe, click on that little bell so it will notify you when I post videos. So let's go eat a cupcake.